acceleration. So on your paper, you should have had force equals mass times acceleration, which is 1,000 kilograms times 3. So in your calculator is 1,000 times 3, which is going to give you 3,000 newtons. Now, why did I put in for newtons for? Because if I look over here, right, down here at the very bottom, my answers tell me it's supposed to be in newtons, right? Everybody good so far? Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says, 700 kilogram swimmer pushes off the pool at a force of 250 newtons. What is her acceleration? So the first thing we have is we have 700 kilograms. Excuse me, 70 kilograms. What unit is that? kg. What do we have on the other side that says kg? Mass, correct. Thank you, baby. And then 250 newtons, what is that? What does the N stand for? Force, right? So that is force. So if I do my triangle, force, mass, and acceleration, it's asking us for the acceleration, right? So A equals F divided by M, correct, guys? So that is 250 newtons divided by 70 kilograms. So if I do alpha y inner on mine to get a fraction, 250 and then 70. Did you get 3.57? That's what I got on my calculation. Okay? And that's my acceleration. Is everybody good so far? So let's look at number 3. Number 3 says, find the mass of a football player. Okay? So we're looking for mass. Is my question mark. Says the football player has a force of 1,250 newtons, acceleration at 1.5 meters per second squared. If I drew my triangle FMA, so I have F and I have A, and I'm looking for M. So M equals F divided by A. So that would be 1,250 newtons over 1.5 meters per second squared. So I'm going to go, again, alpha y enter for myself, 1250 over 1.5. That gives me 833.3. And so that's 833.3 kilograms. How is everybody doing so far? Do a thumbs up if you got everything right so far. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Number 4 says, how much acceleration? So we're looking for acceleration here. Is given to a 45 kilogram child, which I know is the mass, right, guys? 0.75 newtons is what she is pushed. That's my force, isn't it? If I do my triangle again, and I say, okay, so there's my force, mass, and acceleration. Mass is here, force is here. I'm looking for A. Does it make sense that I take F divided by M? 0.75 newtons over 45 kilograms. I'm going to do mine again. Alpha y enter. 0.75 over 45. And I got 0.016666667. Okay? If you put 0.016 meters per second, that's fine. Okay? I just rounded. And do I care about you rounding right now? No. How are we doing so far? Thumbs up if you're doing good, you're not sure, or you're doing really bad. Everybody good so far? So then the next one tells me that what is the mass of a car going at 2 meters per second and then it hits a tree at a force of 6,000 newtons. Well, my mass of the car, right, is equal to 2 meters per second squared. Says my force is 6,000 newtons. But it's telling me that, oh, wait a minute, I messed up here because it says the tree with a force of 600 newtons. I'm trying to find the mass, ain't I? This is not the mass, is it? What is this? 2 meters per second squared. What does my other page say? Meters per second squared. Which one is it? Acceleration. Thank you, baby. So this is my acceleration. And remember, that's the reason why we did this sheet down here and you wrote down those units of work, because that's going to help you. So if I'm looking for it, draw a triangle again. Mass, right? Force and acceleration. Is that correct? Okay. So my mass, I don't know. So mass equals force times acceleration. So I'm going to take 6,000 and multiply it by 2. Well, hold on a second. My answer is not the same. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong because my answer is at 12 and this says it's 3. Well, my equation is force, mass, and acceleration, not what I wrote down. So if I'm looking for that, then what am I going to do? It says force equals mass times acceleration. But why did I divide here? Because 6,000 is my force, isn't it? And if I'm looking for this, and if it's F equals M times A, and I am looking for mass, correct? So to be able to find mass, does it make sense to you? Since my triangle's wrong, it's not going to help me, is it? So I'm going to have to go back to my original triangle that's supposed to be right, because now I know I was wrong. So if that is it, it's telling me FMA is the numbers that the letters I'm supposed to have. So FMA, that's correct. Now I'm ready. Okay, so if I'm looking for mass, I'm going to take force divided by acceleration. So that's 6,000 newtons divided by 2 meters per second squared, which is now going to give us 300 kilograms. Do you understand? If you cannot get your triangle right, you're not going to get the equation right. FMA. You just got to memorize that. FMA. Okay? Everybody good with that sheet? Let's go ahead and flip it over to the next side. So we are going to the back side of this worksheet, which is right here. Now we're going to look up Newton's third law. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to try to do this worksheet by yourself. Go ahead and start.